Hey there, awesome fans. Earl from Awesome Gaming here with more Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings of the Lost Ocean. Last time, we faced Malpertio back in Algrab Village, got to see Mizudi maskless for the first and only time ever, and then we came around to all the different islands, gathered some animals, and came back here to Sidal Sud because Dr. Laracus said he wanted to speak to us. So why are we back in Rodolfo's mansion when we were just here last episode? Well, that's because I forgot something extremely important up on the roof. So, if you recall, way back when, in episode 4, when we came here, there was a chest up here on the roof that we could not claim because of cutscenes. Well, now that we're pretty much at the end game of this game, we can now claim the Moon Buckle. The Moon Buckle is Kalos' best equipment in the game. So, yeah, we're equipping that. No longer will we have to suffer a headache. Furthermore, if we come all the way to the end of the dock, what's this? We get the intriguing mystery Magnus. It's nothing really important, just something to do with more special recipes. Alright, I'm gonna meet you guys back in Seburai. I'm sorry, did I say I'd meet you guys back in Seburai? I meant Algarab Village, because I forgot something very important. Inferno Cannon, the level 7 finisher for Savina. Let's go ahead and add that straight into the deck. Okay. Now, I'll meet you guys back in Seburai. It's been ages since we've been back here in Seburai. Alright, first things first. Talk to... Is it you that gives us... No. This person is so hot weather, he's growing weak from slow suit heat. What, you want this Prancer? Are you willing to take it to a cooler climate? Yes, we are. Take it to a land of snow and ice. So now if we exit and go back in, talk to them over here in the POW system. Oh, how's the Prince doing? Huh? What am I doing? One of my pals is ill, so I'm checking up on it. What? You want a pal too? You're kidding me, right? Are you kidding? No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'm already taking care of a Prancer for you. Might as well give me a POW too. You are serious. You must really want him, so you reminded me of the Prancer. Okay, I'll give you one. Alright. With that taken care of, talk to this kid. Huh? You want a fantail duck? Let me think about it for a second. Promise to take good care of it? Of course. I'll take good care of it and raise up a nice healthy fantail duck. Honestly? Okay then, I'll give you some of my precious fantail ducks. I'll give you a regular one, a white one, and a little duckling. That should be enough, right? Choose your favorites from the flock. Remember, only one of each kind, okay? So we'll get the fantail duckling, fantail duck white, and fantail duck regular. 3 in 1.
I'm sure this is private business. We'll be waiting out here.
Thanks. It shouldn't take long.
Ah, you've come. Welcome. I've been waiting for you, Callus. Things must have been pretty awful for you, but I'm glad to see you're in good health.
Thanks, Doc. Long time no see. I got your letter, so you have something to tell me? Were you really working with Gramps and for the Empire?
Now then, where should I start? From the very beginning, I suppose, with the experiment we were working on. It's been almost 20 years since... I hear you've been to the Empire, so you probably heard about us. Georg and I were born in a small desert village. We were recruited by the Empire around 20 years ago and began working on military research. Under Emperor Geldoblame's orders, we were supposed to design new weaponry, battleships, and iron beetles. But there was also another project we were assigned to, one that was kept strictly confidential. We were attempting to solve the secret of the madness. What you know today as the Magna Essence is a technology originally established ages ago by the warlocks of old. It consists of encoding and storing the essence of matter, and decoding it later on to restore the material to its original form. Yet, it was said to be impossible to encode a living creature into a madness. Since quite some time ago, this type of research has been strictly prohibited. Creatures casted into a madness would end up distorted and defective when later invoked. But Georg had succeeded. He was a true genius. At first, we planned to make use of the power sealed deep within the lava caves. It turned out to be one of the sealed End Magnus. Giacomo, Amy, and Falon were the results of those initial experiments. That's why all three have extraordinary powers.
So Giacomo and his goons had gotten some power from the End Magnus.
That's right. But with the End Magnus sealed away, that was the best we could do. So we took it to another level. You know what I'm talking about? Can't you remember? This is about you and your brother, Fee. Callus, Georg created you artificially. Over the years, we conducted numerous experiments under close watch of the Empire. But even Georg couldn't succeed in encoding a living creature. Something very important, not found as a mere object, would be lost when a creature was encoded, and would be missing when the creature was reconstructed. It was then that Georg altered his approach yet again. Instead of encoding extracted Magna Essence, he began working on modifying an existing, working Magnus to create a living creature. Georg seemed totally engrossed in his work back then. He chose a base material and spent months modifying and improving it, slowly altering the Magnus properties. his experiment was successful. Several months later, a new life was created. You were the result, Callus.
That's impossible!
I know this is difficult to believe, but you'll understand someday. Born from a Magnus, you were, how should I put it, excessively human. You had too many of the flaws present in human beings, and you were born with just one wing. Gelderblame was unsatisfied with the results of that experiment. What he wanted was a pure, perfect life form. His intention was to study the madness of such a life form and to unlock the secret of eternal life. He would call this hypothetical life form the Divine Child.
The Divine Child?
Since around that time, Gelderblame became obsessed with overcoming the limitations of human beings. Georg furthered his studies based on your Magnus, making improvements until several years later, another life was born. A child born of a true, living Magnus.
So you're trying to tell me that Fee, he was created too? But Codell, one of the witches, said she didn't feel any Magnus within me.
Your Magnus is quite different from those found in this world. Georg had drastically modified the original Magnus. Suppose you brought in a creature with blue blood instead of red and asked someone to study its blood. Many would shake their heads and say, "It's not possible, as the creature has no blood at all." When people think of blood, they picture a red liquid. A blue liquid would not fit the description. They would need someone to point out to them that it's simply a matter of the creature's blood being blue. Until then, they would picture the creature as being bloodless. Even if the blood was right there, in front of their eyes. A similar thing could be said about your Magnus.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Back to the subject. After Fee was born, Georg was a man redeemed. The time he spent with you and Fee may have stirred something within him that had been dormant for a long time. Or maybe there was something about Fee that brought about these changes in him. Eventually, 12 years ago, we decided to escape from the Empire.
Tell me, Lerikush, what on earth have we done? We succeeded in creating life from a Magnus. But for what purpose? Is it worth anything at all? Or did we merely open a door leading to further sorrow and despair?
Georg, we have other things to think about right now. We need to make a decision. After all, we're their parents. It's our responsibility to do the right thing and protect them.
absolutely right.
What do you want to do? Follow Geldoblame's orders and continue your research?
No, we must put an end to this. Callus and Fee can no longer be victims of his vile ambitions.
I understand. There's only one thing we can do then.
Yes, let's destroy this lab with explosives so that no records or samples can be recovered. Nothing shall remain.
We'll feign our deaths in the explosion and leave the Empire in secret. We should head for Mira.
That island is close to the dimensional boundary and periodically shifts between dimensions. Even if they find out we set up the explosion, being in Mira should buy us some time. The four of us will live in peace. You, I, Callus, and Fee.
Shh! Someone's coming!
I came to confirm tomorrow's schedule for the holomaton experiments. How is your analysis of its Magnus coming along?
No problems. It's going exactly as planned.
We need to account for fluctuations related to his growth patterns. We need more time, to be sure. I've told you this repeatedly.
So you need more time. How much? 5 more years? 10? At your current rate, it may well take forever. We need results, not excuses. The Emperor's patience has its limits. Also, you have orders to dispose of the defective sample tomorrow. It's no longer of any use to us. No need to keep it alive.
Giacomo, how could you?
Georg! Don't!
Giacomo, let me ask you. This experiment we're working on, the Emperor's plans, don't they bother you at all?
You, of all people, should know better. I'm not like you or my father. Thanks to your experiments, I now wield a power no mundane human could ever hope for. Besides, you started all this in the first place. Now is not the time for regrets. You will continue the experiment. I will see to that, I assure you. I myself can hardly wait. What this project will show us, where it will lead us. There's so much to look forward to. Emperor, the laboratory is in flames!
Everything went as planned. We managed to reach Mira under the guise of travelers. Maybe it was from the shock of the explosion, when you awoke after escaping from the Empire. You'd lost memory of everything that had happened until then. Fee was only 3 years old, so he didn't seem to remember much either. Soon after, I left Mira and came to live here. I don't know exactly what happened to you in Mira 2 years ago. Georg and I had lived separate lives. Imagine how surprised I was when seeing you brought to this village.
Giacomo died in the Imperial capital.
Is that so?
So, I was born of a Magnus. Georg created me? I can't believe that.
I'm not surprised. Take your time, boy. Let it sink in. Either way, you are yourself. That's what counts. How you were born is unimportant. It's the same for anybody. We don't choose to be born. We simply realize one day that we're here, that we exist. I have something for you. Georg asked me to give it to you, should you need it one day. This must be the time.
Gramps left me something?
Yes, way back then. When we had settled down in Mira, Georg told me he intended to leave something for you. I don't know what it is, but you'll find it in a cabin up in the Celestial Alps.
The Celestial Alps?
Yes, there's a cabin near the mountaintop. Georg and I built it after we left the Empire.
A cabin in the Alps. He stashed it there, huh?
Yes. I suggest you go there and look for it.
Doctor, I need to ask you one last thing. Who gave me my name?
The Emperor, Gelderblame. Hearing you were not the perfect being he had envisioned, he called you an ill omen, a cursed premonition of things to come. He named you Callus, which means raven in a long-lost language.
I see.
After we left the Empire, Georg and I tried to give you a new name. But you would have none of it. Your name was the one thing you remembered.
I guess it was the reason for my existence. And my hatred. Something I just couldn't get rid of.
Callus, are you okay?
I'm fine. Would you all come with me to the Celestial Alps? The doctor said Gramps left me something there.
No problem. I don't know what went on in there between you and the doc, but cheer up, kid.
Yes, we have so much left to do. We need you in high spirits.
You're here, Kaitos. The great Mizuki beam.
Focus your thoughts solely on this mission. You'll have plenty of time for reflection once it's over. Survival is priority one, right?
Thanks. All of you. Yeah. Let's go, everyone.
So, that was quite the bomb to drop on him. We finally know the true existence of Callus and how he came to be. And what Larakush said about his name, meaning Raven in a long lost language, yeah, that's actually Japanese. Callus actually comes from the Japanese word karasu, which is Japanese for crow or raven. So it's a fitting name. So the Celestial Alps, they are not here on Sidal Sud. If you recall, back in the world map, there was a small island just floating off to the west of Sidal Sud. Those are the Celestial Alps. So let's hop on the White Dragon. And there they are. Right away, we have an enemy here. The Filler. This is the final evolution of the Shara family tree, and the last enemy to hold a Constellation Magnus for us. Now, we've gone to the point where our deluxe extra fluffy rice has aged into rice paste. Therefore, I replaced them with beer for the time being in everyone's deck currently. And before we get further on, I'll be replacing them with different Magnus. Probably going to make the deluxe green teas off screen for everyone.
Sleep tight. Special attack, Inferno Cannon.
So Inferno Cannon is literally a Kamehameha. Alright, the fillers, they're really not as bad as you would think. After all, they are from the Shara family. And Sedaine Echo will cause confusion, I believe. I also went ahead and threw the Broken Earth Sphere into Shella's deck, so we have that for healing, which we can probably use right now on Shella. Go ahead and use a chicken kebab and throw a beer at her.
Here. This'll help.
Safina, let's go ahead and just kill this Shara here. Wow, we got both poison and flames on that filler. Did I call it a Shara? But yeah, that's pretty herdy.
Dark flare.
Alright.
Wind blow.
We haven't really been using Dark Flare with Shella lately, so I decided to throw them in just to fill in some slots.
Flames.
And I've also added in her Dark Embrace for when we get it as well.
Didn't hurt.
Alright, Callus, let's go ahead and kill this thing.
Say cheeseburger. You're gonna ride. Sword style.
There we go. If we can get the Constellation from the first go, that would be perfect. They do give a lot of experience too, 6,000 a pop, and we didn't get it. We did, however, get a 3D saver, which is really good, definitely worth picking up. This is the part of the game that I like to call the final dungeons for each of the playable characters. So basically, what it amounts to is that we are in a this is Callus's final dungeon. It's specifically geared towards powering up his decks before the final area. And here we have Canis Minor for the constellations. But yeah, you'll pretty much find a lot of things for Callus down here. And here we have a cliff that we aren't able to jump back up, so we'll ignore that. And we'll try to avoid as many fights as we can. I do know that some things are kind of tight around here. But as we go on ahead, what's that noise? Whoa! What was that? So we are unable to continue on because of this proboscis. So the only way to go ahead is to fight the cause of it. This is the Rulug. It's a similar enemy to the Foitos back in the lava caves. Only instead of causing flames, it likes to cause poison. You are able to find these in battles against the fillers, but it's not guaranteed. There's 4 of these that you'll have to fight to progress through the dungeon. So let's hope that our drops from these things are worth the trouble. Alright, let's see what we got. I do know that they do drop Aqua Truth, which is a water weapon for Callus. They also drop Aqua Burst level 5s, so we'll grab those. Anything to power up our decks will definitely be worth it. Don't know what to place for this one. I think I'll place a Chronos Blow for the time being. So with that, the nose is gone, so we can continue on ahead. Here we have another one that we have to deal with. So let's climb down the ladder, avoid the bad wind, and we can actually go along here and see that it's another cliff that we can't climb. So this is pretty much an area that's full of one-way passages. So once we hop on down, fight the Rulug.
No time for messing around.
damage we can do here.
Sword style. Shadow.
Alright. So we got some wind blues and some light flares. And we'll get a go ahead and Soul Flash.
Magic! Soul Flash!
Alright, that takes care of that one. Well, let's have Savina go ahead and start doing her punching. Okay.
Look normal.
Alright, we got the flame status on this one at least, that's good.
Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Alright, so as you can see, the Rulegs are also capable of inflicting darkness damage. And like the Foitos, they will explode when they're near death. So definitely something to keep in mind.
You're gonna fly. Sword style.
A nice chunk of damage on there.
Dark Flare! Aqua Burst! Aqua Burst!
Alright.
Wind
Oh, why did I do that? Oh well.
Mighty Flame!
I will say I do like the animation for Aquaburst level 5.
Flame!
As those little icy spikes just erupt from them.
Enemies eliminated.
Alright, okay, here's the Aqua Truth. We'll definitely pick that up just to have it. And the Rulegs, they have this, give the same amount of experience as the fillers do, 6,000. So this is actually a prime area to kind of level grind, honestly. There are other areas that are more fitted for it. We'll definitely come across those as time goes on. So if we continue onward... Rulug just came up and made things annoying for us. But if we climb down and actually come over to the right, there's a chest, but this Rulug gets in our way. So let's go ahead and hop on down. Now that Rulug gets in our way from getting this chest. So yeah, the Rulugs are very annoying. Did I say 6,000 when I talked about the Rulugs? I meant 8,000. My math is off, I swear. Anyways, from that fight, I picked up Straw. There's a good reason for that. Also, our auras are starting to evolve to their final level of 6. The Rulugs are also capable of dropping Water Blade to waste your time even more. Alright, let's go ahead and climb back up. And we are now able to progress. And we can go back down and claim that Magnus that the Rulug was blocking. So let's grab that. An Apocalypse Sword. New weapon for Callus, definitely worth picking up. Alright. On this way. Badwind will not follow us, thankfully. Down here. And fight this guy. This Rulug dropped nothing at all! Alright, that's all of the rulings taken care of. And in this chest, get another Air Slash. There are only 2 Air Slash magnets in the game. We have them both. The Wind God Sword that we also picked up all the way back in Nekton, that is the only one of that. Calus's options for wind magnets are not that good. Alright, so we're here at the cabin. We've got a chest over here. Azure Sand. This is the magnet that allows Calus to class up to level 6. Over here we have another one chest with Chaos Mail. Also a save flower. There are also these animals here that we can grab. Got a white Kaplan. And a black Kaplan. With that said, I think this is honestly a good place to end this video. I know it's a little bit shorter than the rest of the videos we've done, but we're about to go into the cabin, and that's pretty much a whole video all on its own. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more great content. And next time on Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings of the Lost Ocean, we're going to go see just what Calus' grandfather left him. See you then.